Alright, so what you're going to do now is use your stencil to measure out your 3 holes here. I went ahead and drilled them with an 1/8 inch drill bit. They say they supply self-tapping screws. I really wouldn't call those self-tapping screws. So go ahead and drill them out with an 1/8 inch drill bit. And you can follow over here. I'll go ahead and show you when I do the last 2 over here. I went ahead and put the bottom one in already for my measurements. The center of your piece is roughly 7 7/8 of an inch off the bed of the truck. To get it where it needs to be, it'll rest along this edge right here when it's flipped outward, and you'll line up perfectly on 2 of these on the inside here when it's flipped inward. We'll go ahead and get those last 2 holes drilled out. We'll get the last foam piece put on here to help with like vibrations and rust and anything getting into any of the holes. So we'll have to go ahead and put this one on too after we drill out the other 2 holes. But all in all, pretty much a piece of cake. We'll go ahead and put this side on first. Just line it up with the holes you already drilled and put it in place. This will stop water from being able to get into where you drilled the holes, causing any corrosion or rust or anything like that. Then we're just going to put our 3 screws in and tighten them down. Go ahead and snug them up just like that. Make sure the gasket's smashed all the way down around. Looks good, looks sealed. And we'll move back to the other side and finish off the other 2 holes just so you can see how I did it. Get you a little visual here. I'm just going to put this back up here instead of using the template because I like a solid template instead of a piece of paper. Snug it up so we can make sure we got it level where we want it. Then we'll just use it as a guide to drill our 2 pilot holes. Then we'll take it back off, stick the seal on there. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. We're just gonna make her level, make sure she's straight. And we're gonna put some holes dead in the center here. You can use it just like that. And now we'll pull it back off, put the seal on the back of it, put all our screws in, and then we can put our bed extender in. Obviously you're just gonna line this up with the shape of it. Not like this, but like this. Line it up the way it goes, just like so. So you'll take that brown backing off to make it sticky, and go ahead and apply it to here. And just center with all the holes, like so. Just like that. Might be a little blurry, but you get the gist. Make sure it's stuck on there, and go ahead and pull off the red side. And it will stick to the truck bed. Then you can put your last set of screws in once we can get it started. There we go. Trying to pull up, go ahead and stick it back down before you pull it off. Maybe hold it down a little bit. There we go. Just like so. Sticky side, line it up. The holes you just made up here. Line it up with the holes you just put in there. Center them all. Tap her down a little bit. Make sure she's stuck good. And we'll go ahead and put it back on there. And we won't run her down until we get all the screws started. Alright, that one started. Get the last one started. She is not wanting to go in. Like I said, they did not supply with self-tapping screws. This screw is trying to strip because it doesn't want to go in. We're going to go ahead and run our bit through there one more again. Maybe I didn't get it all the way through. Trying not to over penetrate here. We don't know exactly what's wrong behind here. We'll go ahead and give this a try again. Pull that one out. We're going to take this one and run her in this one. See if we can't figure out what's going on. Switch them around because the threads are a little messed up on this screw that they provided. If anything, we'll grab a different screw. Looks like we'll have to indulge in using our own self-tapping screws because they don't work. So we'll actually get a real self-tapping screw, and then if you do this, you do not need to drill the hole at all. You can just use this straight away, as long as the head's small enough to fit in the pre-drilled holes that you just did, or in the pre-made holes in the piece. That one went straight in. Let's see if we can get the other one too. See if we can get it to go in the other hole now. Yeah, went straight in. Those real self-tapping screws get a good bite. Don't want to even come back out. The self-tappers I have heads don't quite fit in the holes, so we're going to go back to using what they provided. I didn't want to run to the store to go find different ones, or else I would have just used what I had. There we go. Got her pulled down in there now. Make sure she's all mounted down good and tight. I will be checking all those by hand just to make sure they're snug, not stripped. Tight, tight, and tight. Now you can have a solidly mounted down piece. Nice and compressed, so you can tell that there ain't gonna be nothing getting in the middle of there. Now we're just gonna double check this side real quick. Tight, tight, tight. Now I can show you guys what it looks like on the truck. Bear with me one moment. Mess up, so be out of the way. Now after we get it installed, you can go through and make your final adjustments and torque down everything on here. Now these do have to go in a certain way, so fit close as you can, and then get to one side and rock it up in motion and hear it drop in, and then it should rotate. And there's it locked in on that side and rotates all the way around. And just like so, there you have it. It's your tailgate bed extender. Tailgate closes, opens as it should. Extend your bed out. You have your tailgate latches. Need some final adjustments, like so. You'll just push down, latch in, just like that. You can pull them tighter to adjust them a little bit. We'll show you this side too. Slide it forward. Once again, take this end here, put it in a latch, just push down on it. Pull it tighter if it needs to be tightened. If you have to, you can take it off, loosen it up to adjust it. But now, it cannot just go up. It is connected to the tailgate. Tailgate will try to rise with it as well. Exactly how you do it. Oh, need me in there. There you go. That is your bed extender, all put together, installed, latched in, locked like it should be. Everything operates as it should, both sides. You have your molly paneling, nice little rubber stops on here. And like I said, you can go through and make your final adjustments and make sure you have your width correctly based on these screws in here. This is where you adjust the width here, but you'll be fairly close. Like I said, just don't tighten those down at the beginning. And then we're gonna go through, now that we have it all in here and everything how we want it, and we're just gonna make sure everything's torqued down like it should be. They also provide what I believe to be a flag holder. I will not be putting this on at this time, but you would simply just mount it to these holes like so, and you would have your flag either pointing up or down. If you wanted it pointing up with the tailgate closed and you want to run a flag, you'd face it this way and use the slide nuts and bolts. And if you want to run it with the tailgate open like so, then you would want to face it this way. Have a couple heights you can put it on, and you can actually put it on any of the paneling. You have multiple spots where it's mountable. It works anywhere on the molly paneling.